Trey, foe, 711, the deuce, and the nine. Hoover Hey to the Hoover Collective, to the Hoover Knights, to the culture enthusiasts, and to the people. We're back, man. Like I said, I want to make this a mainstay. Every Sunday and Thursday, every Thursday and Sunday, man, I want to come in and tap in with the people. I want to touch bases with the people, man, no matter what. And just sit down and have a dialogue, man, read the comments, man, and let people say what they need to say respectfully, to Under the Groove and to those who might be listening, man. Let's do this thing, man. I wanted to rehash some stuff from Thursday, but, I still may. I still may do that, man. But I think the most important thing, though, and I try to put this out here every time I come on live, man, is to talk to the people, man. Just let them know whatever the case is, we can discuss it. We can discuss it, man. It's for us to discuss. It's for no one else to discuss. Again, no one's going to save us. No one is going to save us, man. We have to save ourselves. That's just a fact, man. That's the fact of the matter. We're going to have to save ourselves, Hold on, I got a phone call. All right.
You have a prepaid call from
Oh shit.
an incarcerated individual.
Hoover Joe is about to pull up. Hoover Joe, the founder of Hoover, is about to pull up. I'm gonna bring him in on this Get Down, man, live. It's a phone conversation, people. So, get your questions ready, man. Just be respectful, be mindful that the brother is in prison. All right, he's doing the devil life sentence, the life without. All right. Hey. What's going on, man? Look at this, man. This is Providence, man. You calling like this, man. I'm doing it live right now. Hey, man, this is the way it's supposed to be, man. This is the way it's supposed to be. I'm doing a live stream right now. Yeah, man, you on live right now, bro. You okay with that? Oh shit! You're right.
They got a lot of shit going.
Right.
It's all good. But it's all good,
Okay, good. Hey man, everything is everything, man. You know what I'm saying? When we talk, man, I keep it how I'm supposed to keep it, man. You know what I mean? I'm in this to win this, man. I'm in the fight, man, to till it's all said and done. I'm good. I have no complaints. Like I said, man, I come from a situation, man. A lot of brothers can't understand or comprehend, man. I've been through the fire. Here I am. I'm here, man, to do what I'm doing. So it's all good. How are you doing?
Hey, Bob, as long as I've been knowing you, bro, you've been keeping it up top.
Man, I appreciate that.
There ain't many of us left.
I appreciate that. Before we get started, let the people know, man, this is Joseph Carl Stanley, also known as Hoover Joe, man. He's doing a double life without. He's in the joint. He called up on Under the Groove as I'm doing this live stream, man. If it's all right with you, Joe, I would love for you to, involve yourself, participate with this Get Down, man. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have brothers calling in, man, wanting to holler, bringing in comments, want to ask you certain things. I ask only that you brothers keep it respectful, keep it above board like we do. Nothing out of whack, nothing funny. That's it. Before I start, one more thing, Joe. It's an honor, man, to have you, bro. I appreciate that. You want to send some shots out for you started, we could do that at the end. I don't know how long I got with you, but whatever time I have with you, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir, man. I'm in this day room, but it's all good, man. I probably can give you about 15 minutes.
Okay.
We'll see what's happening after that.
All right.
But yeah, man. I'm gonna put you out there a little bit, though. Man.
Go ahead, man.
I hollered at my girl Starberry, man. She said, "Brother had me doing all them episodes, and he ain't put none of that shit out there on the air." I was like, "I'm gonna holler at Barb about that, man." But I'm gonna give her a shout out.
Hey, man. Hey, that's the home queen for real. That is the home queen for real. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, she just tells me with a little support, man.
Right.
For the legal fees and everything that I got going. So, hey, big shout out, Starberry.
Right. Much love, Strawberry Home Queen. That's the number one, man. Hey, you just spoke about, the situation. I like for you to right quick, tap in on that, man. Touch bases. I like for you to tap in right quick, man. Touch bases with, this thing with the GoFundMe, what it's about, so that the people can hear it from the horse's mouth. I want the many that are listening, get it from Joe, man, so y'all understand that this thing is on the up and up. So, Joe, share with them what the GoFundMe is for, man.
I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. I'm behind these bars right now, man, and it's a precarious situation, man. It ain't no joke. And even if you got them dead to right, particularly when you get caught up in this legal system, it don't really matter. And anybody that's been to CCB, Compton, any of those courthouses, you already know they ain't playing fair.
That's right.
So you could have legitimate points, and you could be innocent if the day is long. It don't matter. It's about what they could sell to the jury.
Yeah.
What picture they could paint.
Right.
So I'm like a lot of people, but I'm in a struggle for my life, and I'm doing the best that I can, man. And I'm just keeping it up top, man. I'm not crying. I'm not begging. I'm not, woe is me. It is what it is. I'm just trying to make the best of a difficult situation.
All right.
Any legal support, it don't even have to be financial, bro.
There you go.
It could be if you know somebody that knows somebody that can help with some of these legal struggles and look into a lot of information and that's computer savvy, and I would welcome that, man, with open arms. That's for sure.
All right.
Because we have to have somebody that's willing to dedicate some time, and it seems like a difficult task because people rather go and hit the club or something like that when you talk to them about, look, I need you to do this or look up that for me. They ain't got time to do that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they got time, to do other things.
Right.
I'm just taking it stride, bro. It is what it is, man. I'm just keeping it pushing. So
you there, Joe?
That's it, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. I can use all that.
Yeah, there you go. So
$1, $5, whatever. It's all going to this legal struggle. That's for sure.
There you go.
I'm trying to get free, man, get back to my family.
There you go, man. And I'm saying that's an honorable move what you're making, man. I think for a lot of brothers in your position, because there are a lot of brothers in your position, that I think that's the way to go, man. Keep fighting for your freedom, man. Just because they said that's what it is, that don't mean that's what it is. Joe, you got support, man. You got more than you know. We just want to make sure that, excuse me, brothers, man, understand that the support ain't necessarily financial. That's helpful. It's very helpful. But if you brothers got contacts, man, in terms of, the information, like Joe just said, paralegals, anybody that willing to do some stuff, man, on their phone and laptop right quick to help Joe with this situation, it would be greatly appreciated. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man.
And those that know me, loved ones, they can stand in the gap and let the people know that don't know me what kind of cat I was out there and what kind of man that I am.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right.
There are people that can do that, and that is support.
All right.
It's all about community with me.
All right.
Say something to the youngs out there, young and the youngsters, whatever you prefer to be called. Because I know, there's been a little distortion when it comes to addressing our young. And I always say, and you'll see some of the episodes that we have coming out pretty soon, so stand by with Under the Groove. Because we're going to bring you the real and the raw. Like I always say, we was young once also. So my old heads, come on, man, get the young the benefit of the doubt, man. They're their own men.
Yeah.
And they stand up men.
Yeah.
The ones that are standing up. The ones that are bent over, you know what I'm saying? Hey, what can we do about that? That's a choice that they made. But the ones that are standing up with a backbone, come on, man. Don't try to stand like they owe the old head something. We all owe each other respect.
That's right.
The young and the old.
That's right.
Maturity don't come with age, brother. So you claiming stuff by age, and I'm talking to my men and my women. There's some old fools out there. And I don't blame the young for not listening to a damn fool. That's all I'm gonna say about that, man. Let's get it right now.
I can dig that, man. That's groovy. Hey, man, look, like I said, I had a little something I want to talk to the people about. But being that you're on the get down right now, I want to devote whatever time you got with us to you, or anything or any message, man, you want to impart to the youngs, the old, or whoever, and just in terms of us, as a people. I'm to the point now. I've been, listen, man, whatever you want to put out there, man, let's do it, man, because I got cats coming in the comments. And you brothers, man, this is Hoover Joe. All right. He's on the get down, man. He's from inside the get down, man. Inside one of them stoops. You got some questions, like I said, that are respectful, man, that are thought-provoking. You want to hit him up with, man? Come on, man, in the comments, man. I'll read them to him. And if he feels so inclined, he will answer or he will reply to you guys' comments, man. So let's do this. There's a lot right now, Joe.
They can ask me whatever they want to ask me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it up top with them.
All right.
That's a show.
All right. There it is.
We ain't gonna do no silly shit, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the main thing.
They recording on this thing, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So yeah, man. Look, first off, man, we got Roderick Frazier. I know what that is. What's up, loved one? How you doing, bro? He's saluting you, bro. He's saluting the OG. That's a good look, man. Come on in there though with a deeper comment. Hit the homie up, hit the OG up, man, with something, man. Profound. Prolific, man. Something that gonna give those who are listening some thought, man, some greater thought in terms of what it is we're going through. Free the homie Hoover Joe. That's from Black Masonic, man. Black Masonic G, Joe. He say free the homie Hoover Joe. Yeah. That's exactly what need to be done.
One love, man. Much love.
Yeah. Larayson Senti Consultant. Free all the loved ones. Hashtag Goldie Mac Trey. All right.
That's right.
So Rashawn Brock says much love and respect, I don't know if he's talking about me or you, bro, but in any respect, man, much love back, man. Much love and respect right back.
It's all love.
Yeah.
It's all love. One love, man.
Yeah. I see you out there, Conscious Mind. We talked yesterday, I think it was no later. It was Friday, maybe. Come on, man. We have Hoover Joe on this get down, man. And I'm telling you, this ain't every day, y'all. Y'all already know that. It ain't every day. It's hard getting some of the real ones on here, man. But we got a real one right here, man. So it ain't hard. It ain't hard down. He on the get down. Let's chop it up. Rashawn Brock.
One thing I want to say, though, man. One thing I want to say before you read any more, though, is that I've been getting a lot of support, man, from old and young.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's been bi-coastal. But, the community stretches out far.
Right.
And I don't know if our community, when I say our community, I'm talking about the Hoover community. We ain't talking about no gang banging, no shit that's going to get us into no RICO situations.
Yeah,
we ain't talking about something that's going to get you, you know what I'm saying, with a gang enhancement. We ain't doing no silly shit. I'm going to keep it up top with y'all, man. Sometimes, man, we can be our own worst enemy when the way we open our mouth in a precarious situation. Sometimes I'll be just straight with you. I don't know how else to say this. When you get caught up or you in a difficult situation, just do this. Shut the fuck up. Okay? Shut the fuck up.
All right, go, Joe. Hey, look, I'd like for you to bring it. See if you can get that mouthpiece a little closer to this get down, because they saying they can hear you, but they love to hear you a little better. All right. See if you can work that out for them. All right. So look, man, we up in this thing. Like I said, they coming in hard and heavy right now. So Brian Henderson, he asks, tell some stories about the beginning of the groove. Now that's the call you're gonna have to make, Joe.
Okay, it's like this, man. First of all, let me just say this straight up. On this platform, we're talking about positivity.
Yes, sir.
That's what we're talking about, positivity. Because even though I respect your question that you just asked, we have a lot of layers in between us right now.
Yeah.
A person that comes in, and I'm not referring to you,
Yeah.
but I'll keep it up top. We may even get the CIA on the situation asking us questions. So I'm going to anticipate that whoever's asking these questions have good intentions. And I want my viewers and I want your viewers out there to know that that's not always the case. We got to be meticulous and careful about how we say things and what we say, because we don't want to get caught up in nothing unnecessary and bring any heat on ourselves.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you this. To answer your question, when the crew started, it was about each one, reach one, each one, teach one, and us showing love to each other and protecting ourselves, our communities, and our families.
There you go. There you go. And there you have it, man. There.
60 seconds remaining.
Oh, shit. That shit went quick, Joe. That went quick.
Let's see if I can reach back at you.
All right, man. Please do. Please do, because the comments are coming in, man.
Absolutely.
All right, bro. Yeah, he do that Russian. I'm gonna hit him with that question too, Young King. Peace to the guys, man. I'm asking what prompted him to study Russian writers. Yeah, you know, we did a lot of Russian read, man, up in that joint, man. That's a fact. But I'm gonna hit him with that as soon as he come back. Can't do nothing but wait on him right now. So look, man, if some of these questions I can answer, I'll answer. If not, I'll save them for Joe. He's gonna pull back up, man. Again, man, Hoover Joe is in the live stream, man. I appreciate it, man. It's a good look to have the founder, man. You know, that guy pulling up, man, just, you know, just out of the blue, man, to talk to us. I love that, man. I love him for it. Yeah, it's a lot of free Hoover Joes up in here, man. Again, man, if you guys feel so inclined, hit him with something pertinent, man. Hit him with a real question, man. You know, something that gives him some thought, you know, so he can give y'all back some, you know, some positive feedback, man, on the questions y'all present to him. That go a long way. Black Masonic G, he asks, how can I support the big homie? Again, man, in the description, man, there's a GoFundMe for Hoover Joe. For his legal defense, man, that's one thing. The other, he just said it himself 5 minutes ago or so, that for those of you who, you know, don't have $1 or $2, whatever the case may be, to contribute to the GoFundMe, there are other ways we can, you know, you can help assist him in his struggle, man, to get free. That would be in terms of like, not necessarily paralegal work, but work that helps gather and garner information for his case. He has it out there. His case is public knowledge. So it's not like, you know, you can't get hold of it. You can't, it's not like you won't know what you're dealing with or what needs to be done. But I'll have him speak on that more to the point so that you guys who really want to know, who really want to help, will know exactly how to go about doing that, man, for Joe. All right. All right. Herb Ballsy, much love from NYC to all the grooves. Free Hoover Joe, for sure, for sure. For sure, man. Hakeem Hulu. Okay. Okay, we are where we are because of internal issues, real talk. If it wasn't internal beef, we'll be regulating real strong right now on Hoover. Well, that's the truth too, man. And it's not just us per se, you know what I mean? All right, Joe pulling back up, man. I hope you brothers can hear him, man. I hope he's loud enough. If not, I'll remind him again.
California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. To accept this call, say or dial 5 now.
All right.
Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Yeah, that's a process, man, dealing with them people. Joe.
Hey.
All right. Yeah, the questions is coming in, man. Like I said, man, it's your call, man, whether or not you want to answer these questions, but you just made a point about this dialogue, man, and what we're on. We're on positivity. You know, a lot of the stuff, you know what I'm saying, might not fit into this type of get at right here, but I'll read them to you anyway, and you make the call. Well, first off, young Akeem, man, this is a young king, man. This is my brother, man. He asks, well, he says, peace to the gods. What prompted you, Joe, to study Russian writers?
privilege, bro. And I'm gonna be honest with you. When I got out of San Quentin, I was embraced. I was introduced to a certain family, and some of them were two sets of families. I was introduced to a Jewish family, and I was introduced to a Russian family. And I was a young man. I was a young man with a lot of energy. We're out there in the high rises on Wilshire Boulevard, and I had a lot of energy, and they recognized that in me, but I wasn't what they call polished. And so they took me in and kind of showed me the ropes when it comes to business.
Right.
And how to operate within a business system. And they taught me a lot about Semya, which is family in Russian.
All right.
You know? And from that, I found out, man, that family is almost everything. Even the raggedy ones. It's really everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And family is not always biological, bro. You get family from people out there that are total strangers. You know? So I found out that family and studying that family structure was the foundation for your success. And I want to apply that with our people out there, particularly our community, our Hoover community. You know, we're family, man. And sometimes, man, we all we got.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of love from people that you wouldn't even believe that we got love from.
Yeah.
We got a lot of love from a lot of Damu family as well. And
Yeah.
I give a shout out to my Damu family out there, as well as I give a shout out to my Cook family.
That's
you know
right.
What I'm saying?
That's
we
right.
got love across the board. We got a lot of love out there. Don't ever get it twisted. If we standing on our own, that's in our DNA. We're individuals, and that's what America is about. You know, it's about the land of the free, man. The home of the brave. Everybody has a voice in this situation. I'm just living this American dream, man. Even though it tries to avoid me. You know, it wasn't meant for us initially, but I'm a part of this structure. Because we have put this raggedy motherfucker together.
Yeah.
And there ain't no changing that, bro. You gotta get our stake out of this, but it's up to us as individuals to get that. Everybody gonna give you nothing. I don't want a handout, but ain't nothing wrong with a hand up. And the whole community could be the killer that stands up and make a difference. And I mean that from the heart.
All right.
You gotta recognize the value and the worth that you have. If you don't recognize that, then nobody's gonna acknowledge that. And that's for sure.
All right. Kiara Coleman, I have a question. She wants to ask you, Joe. Could you ask Hoover Joe about how he feels about people saying 9 Deuce Hoover was the first set? You want to address that?
I'm gonna tell you this, man, because I've came up several times. When I raised the H, and I'm putting it out there just like that, when I raised the H, I was on 74th and Hoover. Okay? But if we didn't talk about a number of the street, I just happened to be there on my porch, you know, when that happened.
Right.
Okay? That's how that happened. So we got love from all those streets, all the way down North Manchester Park.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
All into the federal, and I've said this before, when the H got raised, we didn't talk about a number. We talked about a groove, the roofers, and that was just that.
Yeah.
So all these streets came into play, just like any structure. When it gets big, it has to be managed. And it turned into a juggernaut really quick.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Conscious Mind wanted to send one. You know, this is one of the brothers I mess with, Joe. He said, tell Hoover Joe that I send my love and respect. Keep his head high, as I know he will. He's coming home soon. It has been spoken into the universe. So it's in the atmosphere, man. He tell you, man, prepare, man. You see it coming, as you do.
Tell him I appreciate him speaking it into the universe.
Right.
You know what I'm doing is I'm speaking stuff into the universe myself. And I'm also moving my feet at the same time.
That's right.
We can speak stuff, but we gotta stay moving our feet. We can't be twirling our fingers because the universe gives what we put into it. And I appreciate that.
That's right.
Thank you for the shout out.
All right. Nevy Blue said, we got to get bro home, though we need that energy for sure, Groove. That was for you, bro.
One love, man. One love, bro. From your mouth to God's ears.
Yeah. Here's one. And, you know, I want to kind of avoid people, you know, bringing up, you know, certain Crip factions and stuff, you know, but like I said, man, I'll read the comment. If Joe want to answer it, that's on Joe. Aubrey 44, he asks, where was the Hoover representative when West Side Crip broke apart into different sets? Where was the Hoover representative when West Side Crip broke apart into different sets?
You tell me, because I'm confused. You tell me what your interpretation of that question is, because I can't make any sense out of it.
I don't know. What I see him asking is, when West Side Crips broke apart, where was Hoover at that time? I think that's what he's asking.
Where was Hoover?
Where was Hoover?
Where were they?
Yeah.
Hoover's always been on Hoover. Maybe ask him to clarify or simplify the question. I don't get the question.
Okay. Aubrey 44, I hope you heard that. Joe said he suggests that you clarify or simplify the question so that he can better understand it. All right.
Because when West Side broke apart, you had a lot of different factions. You had underground, you had bodybuilders, you had a lot of different factions, but Hoover was always over Hoover.
Right.
Let me say this, man. You know, I was a baby West Side over there. You know, I'm talking about, man, when, you know, as a young buck, I was on the West Side because it was only East and West, and I was on the West. But Hoover was unique because we went to Bethune, and people that know this, but Main Street actually on the east side of Main Street separates east from west.
Yeah.
So most of the Hoovers went to school, you know, at Bethune, but they classified that as the east side. Bethune had a lot of land on the east side because we went to school on the east side to Bethune, Fremont. But when we partied and we grooved on the west side when we came to the kill. So I don't know if that helps him at all. But if he asks me that question in a different way, maybe I can interpret it a little differently.
Okay. Well, Aubrey, thanks for the question, Aubrey 44. Like I said, man, if you could break that down to, you know, make it a little more understandable for Joe, he'll address it. Hey, man, look, you got a lot of comments in here, Joe. Neil Sprice said, Hoover Joe, Tony Stacy said Hoover Groover was a car club. Did you know any of those guys?
I did not know. The only Hoover Groovers that I knew of, you know, was the ones that I heard about from afar. I didn't even meet any of them personally myself.
Right.
I never met them.
But Hoover Groover had nothing to do with the inception of Hoover Street or Hoover Crips, correct?
This is what people get conflated. In other words, they merge these things together.
Yeah.
When we talk about Hoover Groovers or grooving, that's a vibe.
Right.
That's a vibe that we do. It was never an entity.
That's what I said.
And that's how I remember it.
Yeah. And it's crazy you say that. It's crazy you say that because I agree with that. I had some t-shirts printed up. To me, man, grooving is a vibe. You know what I mean? That just, I don't know no other way to put it. But I have a t-shirt and it asks, what's under your groove? And that's a vibe, man. Whatever that vibe is, man, whatever you want to label that groove is, that's what it is. You know what I mean? So, hey.
Let me say this though, because he brought up my loved one, Tony Stacy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What's happening with you, man?
Right.
What are you dodging bill collectors or what you doing?
Man, tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Check that number, because I had MJ holler at you to check on you, man.
Yeah.
If some breezy got you tied up,
yeah, I'll go check on him, homie, make sure he right. I'm in the land right now, so I might have to pull up on him, make sure he good. You know. I got another one, man. Huh? Hey, man, I should pull up, man. I should pull up on Billy Jack right now, but I don't know how much time you're gonna be messing with us right now. Like I said, it's appreciated whatever you give us. Damn, Billy Jack would be a nice guy to pull up on right now. That'd be beautiful. Let me read some of these comments because I know your time might be limited. Huh? In the kitchen. Right. I get it. I only get it because y'all been told, you brothers laced me with that one. So I get it. Korea Coleman asks, could you ask Hoover Joe, did he have a relationship with Raymond Washington or Big Tookie?
I'm gonna tell you straight up. My relationship with Cook was one of those of respect. I was a young buck. Cook had a little age on us and a little, I don't know. I was going to say maturity on us also, but he was like a mature guy for even at his age. But he had us by a few years, and we were like young men and child.
Yeah.
We just kind of we were in awe of Cook. I had a lot of respect for Cook.
All right.
I was a little baby West Side, and I respected Cook. And I just followed. I fell in lockstep.
Right.
I did what soldiers are supposed to do.
All right.
Cook put out some instructions. I followed them. You know what I'm saying?
All right. What about Raymond Washington?
We went to school on that side. We went to school on that side of town.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of respect for Raymond as well.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And we know all the stories about this and that, which I'm gonna get into on this platform. But I have a lot of respect for Raymond.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Okay.
In fact, on that side of town, bro, we mess with the businessman of the top part. Tim, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Bro,
You have 60 seconds remaining.
you about to give me going through history.
Yeah. And I think that's what they wanted. But I appreciate that as decent history is just, what you recall in terms of camaraderie and friendships or relationships, man. So that's a good look nonetheless. Oh, man. One last one. Brother sending a shout out, basically, Neil Sprite. He said, tell Joe, I remember when I was a young kid, Hoover Joe used to be down at Charlie Brown and Hoover Kim's house. So this brother remember you as a child.
Okay. You taking the word back, huh?
Yeah.
Violation.
Okay. Oh shit, they hung us up. Some type of violation. See, this is how they do us, man. Y'all don't understand the half of it we got to go through, Joe and I be trying to get him on the video chats. And man, I don't understand. Well, I understand. We understand what's happening. They prevent the video chats, so like let's say for today, I was able to get in one video chat before the system started locking me out. Thursday, I was able to get 2 in before the system locked me out. Tuesday before Thursday, I was able to get 1 in, and they do this intentionally. But it's what I tell Joe, man. We're not talking about nothing that most platforms talk. We're not gonna do that. You know what I mean? We keep it the way I think it should be. We want to have discussions about how things work in its initial stages. You know what I mean? How we work. Oh shit, we being blessed. Joe pulling back up. Hold on.
This is Global Telly. You have a prepaid call from Joseph Stanley.
And just so y'all know, I see your questions, I see your comments, man, and I will address them, those that I can. Those that are pertaining to Joe are the ones I'm reading. All right, everybody. But I'll backtrack, and we'll address you guys and stuff.
To accept this call, thank you for using Global Telly.
You there, bro?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah. Hey, Hakeem Hulu asked a question. He said, Joe, Joe, do you know a Figueroa boy by the name of Swoop who trained at the Hoover Gym?
What's the name of who?
Swoop.
Swoop.
Yeah.
Swoop.
And he trained at the Hoover Gym. Huh?
Okay. The name sounds familiar, but I can't just say right offhand.
Okay. All
I
right.
can't say right offhand.
All right.
But what year?
Yeah, he didn't include that. Hakeem, what year was that, Hakeem? You're asking Joe about a question about a brother, a Figueroa boy by the name of Swoop who trained at the Hoover Gym. What year was that? Oh, we got comments up the wazoo. Hey man, so Joe, again, like when we talk, man, I was just telling the brothers and sisters how difficult it is for the most part just for us to get a video call. You know, it's always something.
Right.
Just now, right before the call, now they said some type of violation and they hung us up. And I'm like, shit, we're not talking about nothing, you know, negative, you know. So why would they do that? But you know,
It don't matter. It don't matter. We don't even want to get into the
yeah. Yeah, man. So look, Tulsa tapping in. Anthony Tibbs from Tulsa. He said Tulsa tapping in. Groove shout out to Big Bub 716. All love, local one, love one. You and Hoover Joe. All right. But I'm pretty sure he didn't say your name, but I'm pretty sure he meant to throw that out there as well. Sharp Spear. HL called me. I sent him Roll by Jordan Roll. The world. Okay, this brother's name is Sharp Spear. He wrote Hoover Love. HL called me. Okay, no, I know he's talking about. HL called me. I sent him Roll by Jordan Roll. The world of slaves made by Genovese. 100 piece. Okay, yeah, I think I know who that brother's is. And the homie told me about this brother, man, and he been, you know, communicating with lately. Seemed to be a good brother, man, and I'm pretty sure the homeboy appreciate you tapping in with it. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out, man. Shout out to
Yeah.
him. And, you know, let me give a shout out to, you know, our bi-coastal, you know, community, man. You know, the NY.
Right.
And all, New Jersey.
Right.
Texas. I mean, all the other states, man.
Right.
I want to give a shout out to them brothers, man, because you know, on my Facebook, man, I noticed I've been getting a lot of love from them, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know, I appreciate the love.
Yeah, that go for that go for Oklahoma as well, man. Tennessee, man. You know, Alabama, all you brothers, you know, he don't mean to leave nobody out. You know what I'm saying? You guys are in his thoughts, man, and he see y'all tapping in, man. So he's just saying he appreciates you, you know. Not gonna name everybody, but don't nobody feel left out, man. Don't nobody feel left out, man. Yeah.
Hey, this would be a good place to do the rallying call, man, because you can come on with that one, man. Put it out there. The song, the run, the how you hit it with it, man.
Wait, what's that, Joe?
Hit it with it. You ain't hit the rallying call. The phone, the trade,
Oh yeah, no, man. Hey, I'm gonna do it again, but I did. That's always first, man. That's the intro and the get down. Trade folks, 7-Eleven, the Deuce and the 9. Hoover, hey man, to everybody, man.
That's right.
You know, from the West Coast to the East Coast, man. You know, that's how we do, man.
That's right.
You know, and then that also go for our brothers outside of the get down, man. We got a lot of them, man. Joe just said shout out to the Damu brothers. You know, same here, man. Shout out to the Damu brothers and other Crip brothers, man. It's just what we do. You know what I mean? All respect and all love, man. That's right.
Like from the Damu community.
That's right.
From a good community.
That's right.
You know, and a groove community, man.
That's
And I
right.
appreciate that. And I'm glad to say this too, bro. That I've been getting a lot of love, man, from the ladies out there too. And I appreciate them stepping up.
All right.
I really do. I appreciate that.
Yeah. And speaking of such, the home queens, I've been in communication with them. We got something planned we're going to drop, man. You know, this is graduation season. And so I get what a lot of them attempt. They did nieces and nephews and kids. They graduating, going to college on their way, man. You know what I'm saying? Into the world, man. So I understand that. My patience, man, is cool, man. I get it. As soon as they're ready, man, we're going to have some of the home queens on here, and they're going to chop it up, man, with the people, man, from their perspective, you know, from their perspective. But that shout out you just gave them, I'm pretty sure they're going to hear it. They're going to love it, you know, and they're going to represent, man.
You know how I feel about the ladies, man.
Yeah.
We all came from a woman.
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
Okay, I saw a comment in here, and I thought it was relevant, man. I can't find it, but that's okay. Got so many of them right now. And again, people, when Joe hang up, I'm gonna address a lot of these comments to me. You know what I'm saying? But right now, y'all need to come on in here. I don't know how much longer I got Joe on this thing, but y'all, hey, come on, man, talk to the brother, man. This is one of the ones. This is Nikon, man, and it's all good, man. This brother. So the president he's setting now, and in fact, let me speak about precedents. I was telling you, Joe, the other day about a certain platform putting out, you know, just a lot of, you know, bunk narrative, you know, about, you know, a whole lot of stuff. And one of the comments was about a precedent you set, you know, this, that, and the third, man. And I thought that it was disrespectful, you know, but just hearing you speak now to the people, that's the precedent that they need to be, you know, putting out there on the internet, man. What you're talking about now in terms of us as a people, man, that's the precedent you're setting. That's the one you're standing on. And I'm telling you, man, it put anything less than that out there, man, is a disservice, bro. It's a disservice, man, to anybody who do it.
Yeah, let me just say this, man. All my life, man, even as a kid, and I didn't understand it at that particular time.
Yeah.
But I've always had naysayers and haters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and back then I didn't understand it. But I'm gonna tell you something, man, that I learned as I matured. And like I said, maturity don't come with age. It comes with experiences, life experiences, and what we take away from it and move forward on. You know, that we don't run around moping, talking about woe is me, and talking about all our problems, always complaining about everything. We just pick up our life and do what we do with the resources that we have available to us.
Right.
So with all that being said, now I understand a lot more about naysayers and haters. We are relevant to them because they simply don't have any important relevancy in their own life. They just do not. So they look at some things to reflect, project, and to naysay and hate about because that makes them feel relevant.
Yeah.
But it's a false narrative. It's a facade. If you are having haters out there, that means that you're doing something significant in your life. Celebrate haters and naysayers. Don't let them get you down. That means that you're on your way and you're doing something relevant in your life. If you weren't doing anything relevant, they wouldn't have shit to say.
Right.
So celebrate haters and naysayers. I love my hate count. My hate count is so high, man, that I can't even see it. I get dizzy if I try to look up at it.
You get vertigo, huh?
Man, right away, bro.
Yeah. Hey, man. You know, and you know, in line of that, in light of what you just said, there's a brother right here, Hakeem Hulu said, rapper, okay, homies should be endorsing Under the Groove. This is a community positive representation on our community. So yeah, we're gonna get those though, Hakeem. We got people that support to get down the platform. But like Joe saying, sometimes, man, you can't do nothing about the haters, man. You gotta let them hate. But when you got haters, you're doing something right, man. You're doing something right. Trust.
Yeah, that's for sure. And you know what, though? Let me take out this time, let Joe just say something to the haters. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Do your job. Because we're going to do ours.
There you go.
And all we're going to spew is love, bro. We're going to spew love. We're going to spew unity. We're going to spread blackness. We're going to promote positivity. And we're going to promote strength. We're not going to promote anything weak. Now, don't get that twisted. We are promoting humility. Humble yourself and see how far that gets you. When you humble yourself, the universe opens up to you. Humble yourself.
Right.
This experience that I'm experiencing now behind these bars for the last 17 years with 2 life without sentences has humbled me tremendously. And I'll be honest with you, there's a lot that I need to pay forward. Okay?
Right.
It may not be for the specific thing that I'm here for, Bob, but there's something in the universe that I'm done and that I left undone. And I know that it was time for the Most High to sit me down so I can look at things. Yes, I was doing a lot of things. A lot of you know my story out there. I was doing a lot of things in the community, a lot of positive things, working with the youth organization, Young Men, Young Minds. We had our barbershop, California Trust. We had our record company, Cali Rock Records. We had a lot of things going out there. But I was thinking that I was the master of all these things. And I didn't humble myself to recognize that the Most High put me in a position to receive that kind of resource and those resources.
Right.
And now I realize that. And if I have to apologize to anyone, I would like to apologize to my community.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
My community, my children, and all of my ex-wives. And one is resting in peace.
Yeah.
I could have been a better father, husband, and I could have been a better server of the community. But I realize that now. But we can't get back what was in the past. All we can do now is move forward, and that's what Joe is about, moving forward. You can spread anything negative about me as you like, because that's your choice. But it doesn't change one iota of my direction and the path that I'm on. And my path is to be the best version of myself with the most high strength and guidance that I can be.
All right. All right.
Spreading love.
Yeah. That's the precedent now. That's what you're about. That's the square you on, man. And people should know that. I got a question, and I think it's pretty good because this is up your alley. So Neil Sprite said, Joe, have you ever read Alexander Pushkin's The Ethiopian Father of Russian Literature?
I did glance into that. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I glanced into Pushkin. Yes, I did glance into Pushkin.
Okay. Yeah.
But this is let me say this. Once I got into the Russian culture, and this was during the time when it was, and don't get me wrong, I got into the Russian and Jewish culture. Okay? I got into both cultures. And I got into both cultures because I had family that showed me love and embraced me like I was their family member, inviting me into their home. So after that, I did study a lot about Jewish and Russian culture.
All right.
Even from when they were invaded by Genghis Khan, even through the Tsars, Eric the Terrible, and so on. Even the
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Okay.
They called it I even went to deep Russian, Jewish, and Korean culture.
Okay. Let me cut you off. Let me cut you off. I got one question. I don't know if you're gonna be able to hit back, but this is a good question right here from Thig Face. H is from Virginia, North Carolina to LA. If Joe can make one call, no questions, on Hoover, what would he call? On Hoover. If you can make one call on Hoover, no questions, what call would you make?
If I can make one call on Hoover, I would say stand up and recognize your work. Stand up and recognize your work. Because I'm going to tell you something. We could be the ones that put.
Damn. Let's hope he called back, man. Them little 15 minutes go quick as hell, man. I'm telling you. And especially they go quick, especially when the brother is imparting something, man. Them gems, he dropping gems and shit. I'm hoping he called back. That's the third call. If you do it for the set, man, that'd be beautiful. That'd be fantastic. Okay. Like, subscribe, and share this live, people. Like, subscribe, and share this live. All right. We're gonna chop it up, man. We're gonna chop it up. I had a couple of things I want to put out there, man, about the sectors. Oh shit, we blessed today, man. We blessed. It's all good.
Have a prepaid call from
And he coming in hot and heavy too.
incarcerated individual
Hold on, let me grab it.
California Institution for Men, Chino, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. To accept this call, say or thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Finish that thought, brother.
I have to get back because that's such a relevant question.
Man, I'm glad you pulled back up. I figured you would. I think I said as much to the people. Go ahead.
I love that particular question because I would like Hoover to recognize their worth.
Yeah.
It's a reason why that H was raised so high so fast and in the way that it was raised. It's a reason that we have a lot of naysayers and haters. There's a reason that you stand independently on your own. It's in your DNA, in your culture. But if you don't recognize your worth, then nobody's going to congratulate you for that work. You got to recognize who you are. And who you are kings and queens, man. Step out on that. We could be the change that everybody in the community was looking to see. By doing our thing, getting our resources together and moving forward. And you have a platform. You have many platforms. This under the grill is not a joke. This is for real. This is homegrown. Support the community when it comes to positivity. You can do that. You can do the other shit because it is what it is.
Man.
We're not promoting that. We're not promoting negativity. We're promoting positivity. And let me say this also, because I've been getting a lot of questions about Russian culture. Hoover Joe is not a communist. Okay? I'm not a communist. I'm not a Bolshevik. Okay? Yeah, you know, we're not going to read the risky, but I am not a communist. I'm American all the way through. And I believe in this American way, even when it's not requited and returned back to me.
Right.
I love where I am, even when it doesn't love me back. But I love myself and my community first.
Yes, sir. Hey, Joe. Hakeem Hulu said we gotta get Joe a cell phone, Groove. No, Joe ain't with all that right there, bro. No. We ain't gonna get out like that. Yeah, he said oops. Yeah, man. Do you know Boo Capone for Five Deuce, Joe?
Give him a shout out, man. Tell him I enjoyed the book, man. Thanks for the shout out.
There you go.
Shout out to Gates. Tell him Gates, rest in peace. You know, I like what he did with the material. And I go into it and reflect on it from time to time. But tell him to stay out of them school buses, man. You know what I'm saying? He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Anyway, SBC 5259 said, I seen in Boo Capone book where he was speaking about Hoover Joe in there. Can Joe tell us about his relationship with him, Boo Capone?
love Booker Terry, man. He's a little younger than me, but I love him. I heard nothing and experienced nothing but reputable things from him.
Right, right. 8:37. Go ahead. Rico, yeah, Rico, appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah. Rico Peso, man. What's up, homie? I talked to him the other day, man. He okay. Yeah, he's all right. He's all right. Yes, sir. 8:37. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out what was those two big objects that was in the picture, blurring out the whole picture. You know what I'm saying? Because I hadn't seen no asses that round.
Yeah, I ain't got no comment about that. No, leave that alone. You already know. You already know, bro. You already know. So, yeah, all love though, real spit. Right. Okay, so 8:30-716 said that's real as fuck. Recognize our worth. And he's speaking to a commenting or replying to what you said about brothers recognizing their worth, man. So he shot that out there, man. Yeah, he shot that out there. Neil Sprite got one more he want to ask. Ask Hoover Joe. He said, ask Hoover Joe if he ever read anti-Diop, Chia, anti-Diop, Dr. Yusuf bin Jaconin, Ivan Van Sertima, Chancellor Williams, J. Rogers, etc. These are all black literary writers, political writers, if you ask me, historical or history writers and shit. He asking if he read any of those guys. Sheikh Anti-Diop, Dr. Yusuf bin Jaconin. Which?
It's actually pronounced Che Guevara.
Who you talking about? Che Anti-Diop? Who's Che Guevara? Which Che you talking about?
What did you say, Che Guevara?
No, not Che Guevara. No, not the brother from South America. No. Yeah, I might be mispronouncing this, man. I'm butchering the man's name, man. But the last name is Diop, and I'm sure many of us know Diop, man. Yusuf bin Jaconin.
Let me put it out there like this. When we first went to Fairfield in the 70s, a lot of stuff was mandatory reading.
Damn.
Okay?
Damn.
So I read a lot of stuff. I read so many things that I've forgotten a lot of stuff that I read.
Damn.
The standard stuff was of course, Malcolm, Marcus,
yeah. Jonathan, George. Well, George for sure. Yep. A lot of reading. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, I read, man. I can't tell you how many books Shakespeare read, but it's crazy you mentioned that about the mandatory study periods or reading periods. I was just saying this Thursday night on the Get Down. You know, when we got to prison, that was still in full effect. When I got to prison 85, 86, that was in effect. It wasn't no, you know, you're not gonna do this. That's what it was. It was a quiet period, and you used it for study. You know, and I think that's some of what's missing now in the system, because brothers, man, were so intelligent just based on the fact of what they were reading, what they were imbibing, what they were ingesting psychologically, mentally, man. That shit helped a whole lot of brothers. Whole lot of brothers.
Yes. read so many books, bro. I'll talk about from Samuel Clemens on. And one of the callers, they could tell me who Samuel Clemens was. Samuel Clemens.
Samuel Clemens. Yeah, I know the name. Yeah, man. 86, no shit. A single Lisa story. You were just reading who? Okay, yeah. I read him as well. Okay, where are we? Boom. You there, Joe? Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to get something in order right here.
She does a lot of stuff for us behind these bars,
Yes, sir.
I gotta give a shout out to some of our lovers, immediate, families like MJ, all of them, man, TFO.
Yeah.
All of them, just still get players with us, man.
Yeah.
Tony Schiavone, all of them, man.
Yeah, TC, man, like a motherfucker. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I appreciate you, brothers, man, and sisters.
Man.
A big shout out to Brenda and Pam and,
Okay, and now in terms of you getting your freedom, us working with you, trying to assist you to, find yourself, get back free, be out here. Somebody put Arlington Chief, Smoke, Miami, Florida. He said, Grand Rising, everyone. As you can see, that Larry Hoover will be released from prison real soon. And so is Stanley Tookie Williams, who is in Area 51. Tookie was never executed. He was frozen in cryostasis. Now that's, I'm not going to address that, but let's talk about Larry Hoover, man. Did you hear about that pardon he got?
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Which,
let's address that when he said that the brother said about the crypto and
yeah.
and all that. Let's
Cry.
address that. Hey, look here, man. You have some of that Come on, man.
Yeah, they say the brother said he was frozen in cryostasis, man. He was never really executed. So and I don't mean to make like that's some far-fetched shit. Hey, man. Go ahead.
Have you ever heard about my drug? Have you ever heard about my drug of choice?
Yeah, you told me about it.
What was my drug of choice, to your recollection?
I think it was, how can I word this? It wasn't tobacco. It wasn't weed. It wasn't alcohol. It was knowledge.
Knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So when I say we need some of that weed, you know, I'm just returning the same revenue that he approached us with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether it's true or not, I don't know. But we recognize you, man. Thank you for the comment.
Yeah. Real spit, man. Now I got another one. This from the home queen, man. This is Kimberly Mitchell. Kimberly Mitchell says, hey, what's cracking, Hoover Joe? What order do you want us Hoover ladies to accomplish for the hood and you? We got you. Your love. Know that. Grooving for life.
Let me say this about the ladies. If you let this for the women on the team, then we would be in an immoral world. The world would be really, and I can excuse me from saying it, it would be fucked up. Always stay prepared in your femininity and be proud and stand tall with being a woman. Because we applaud you, the real ones do. The real applaud a real woman.
Yeah.
Keep standing up like that.
Yeah.
And you know that by having a dime queen with you. Because it ain't really.
Damn. There you go. He gonna pull back up. I like to think that he'll pull back up. I just read a comment and I like it, man. It's from Foot 718. He said, y'all got to start getting the young boys up there to uplift this channel. I've said it many times, man. You know, I think it's more about not just me saying it, but pulling up on the young ones, man, you know, and catching them where they at. Hopefully they're in right state of mind, man. Come on, man. Let's go down to the studio. Let's chop it up. I've approached them on it and shit. And, you know, for the most part, they say they down. So it's just a matter of, you know, like I said, man, finding that right time to, you know, pull up. Come on, man, jump in. Let's go. I'm more than willing to have them on here. I think, yeah, they should be on here. I think they should be on here to get their perspective, you know, because I'm telling you, man, we not going to really know, you know, until they say what it is, you know what I mean? So they give us their understanding of what the whole situation is and how it affects them. So, you know, Brian Henderson, shout out to the whole Tim Groove line. Real spit, man. That was one of my guys too, man. That's just a fact, man. Big Timmy and Little Timmy. Little Timmy first, Big Timmy second, man. You know, some good brothers, man. You know, rest in peace, bro. Let's see if Joe pulled back up. If not, I'm going to address a couple of things I want to ask or speak on right quick. You know what I'm saying? I don't plan to hold everybody long and shit. You know, we do this, you know, every Sunday, every Thursday and Sunday, man, between 7:15, you know, to about like 9 o'clock, maybe. You know, hour and a half, you know what I'm saying? I think that's the average time. And I find it uplifting, man. I love, damn, here go Joe. All right. And that's clear as fuck. I think Joe might have his mouth too close to the mic or something, man. I'm asking him, let me see. Try to regulate that volume, man, that distortion.
You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. To accept this call, say or dial 5 now. Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Hey, Joe.
Hey.
Okay, yeah.
I got one of the loved ones, man. Want to give a quick shout out. We have to shut us down.
All right, who is it? Come on.
Here we go. All day long, man. Little Kiki, 9-4, man. Just want to show my love, man. Give a shout out for the humble.
All the time, little Tiki. That's right. Hey. All right, bro. We appreciate it. Hey, H's, homie, I love the fact that you even got up here and did that, man. Much love to you, homie. Take care of yourself in there, man. That was little Tiki, 9-4 Hoover, man. Real spit. Yep. H's. Yeah. All right. Oh, no, you sound clear now. I'm about to say it was sounding kind of distorted, maybe because you was too close to the mic or something, but you sound better now. So that's cool.
Okay. They're about to shut us in here.
Well, you know, I want you to send them shots out, man. You know, to those you want to, you know, tap in with, man, before you go. Once you go, I'm gonna stay on for about another 30 minutes or so.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to take you down the way here. But go ahead.
Come on, go. You going? Okay, I get it.
Yes, sir.
All right, right.
I gotta move out of that. I gotta move out of that. You know, yeah. We're about to slam these doors.
Yeah, it's about that time,
Yes, sir.
man.
Yeah, I got about like 2 minutes on this end, but we can continue this right away because you know we got the tablets and the tablets right now.
All right, all right. Well, you know, you already know what to do with that, man. Come on up. All right. Hey, well, first and foremost, I appreciate you pulling up, man. You know, I appreciate that you pulled up, bro. And I hope the other brothers appreciate it as much as I do. You know?
Yeah. And let me finish addressing the question that the young queen asked, right?
Yeah. That was Kimberly Mitchell.
Okay. One thing that I want to say, Kimberly, is that the women set the precedent for the way that society moves. You know, when the women are out there and they're 10 toes and they're strong and they're representing their womanhood, they're going to get the respect that they deserve. And not only that, soldiers are going to make sure that you get it. That's for sure. So all you have to do is just embrace your femininity. You know, you're a queen. You are queens. And we appreciate you.
There you go. Real spirit. There you go. You there, Joe? Bro. Okay. Yeah, man. I'm just sitting there tripping, man. I'm reading the comments, man. So when you go, I'm gonna go in like I normally do with the people. But yeah. So Kim, hopefully you got what Joe said, man. And that's some solid shit. You know, I would more than likely say the same, not the same thing, but it being the same vein, man. You know, I say it all the time to the home queens. You know, a lot of people don't understand that without them, man. Shit. Nah, we needed them, and just the fact that we had them made a lot of shit all right, made it better, you know, for us. We were all right as a result of their being involved. Real spit.
When you get a good one, it ain't nothing like it, bro.
Hey, tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Ain't nothing like it. Yes, sir. I know you got a good one, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, that's the one, man. You know, I got history with that one long time.
Yeah. Sometimes we don't recognize it until it goes.
Right, real shit, right? But that's what they say about a whole lot of shit. Yeah, you ain't gonna miss it till it's gone.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this too. Some of them, just like some situations, man, it's in your life for a reason or just a season.
That's right.
And we just gotta embrace it all, bro.
That's right.
And keep it pushing.
And
that's what we gonna do.
That's what we're gonna do. That's what we do. Period, point blank. That's exactly what we do. Yes, sir.
I love my community, man.
Man.
I really love my community.
Man, you and me both, bro. You and me both, man. Yeah, I love my community as well, bro. Let me put it to you like that. Put it to you just like that. Yeah, man. Hey, Joe. Bro. Okay, man. Look, let's go and cut it short. Yeah, my time is running out, man. I want to holler at the people for a few minutes, and I'm going to get out the way. Yeah, how much time you got? Okay.
And that's you. I just want to give you a shout out, bro. Keep the platform going. It was a positive thing. And you're going to be blessed for this, man. You know, just stay the course.
Oh yeah, no doubt I'm gonna do that.
Like I said, welcome the naysayers and the haters, man, because you get them. But at least they let this stuff be known. The ones I'm concerned about is the ones that smile and really don't have your best interest at hand, and they be close to you.
That's right.
The ones that do show they hating this day, I can appreciate them, and I'll tell them.
Right.
Because they're being who they are.
They being who they are. That's truth.
They're being who they are, bro.
Yeah. I see them all the time, bro. Being who they are. You know, and I ain't even mad at them. Tell you the truth. You know, like you said, I appreciate it. I appreciate you.
We don't even have time to give that any oxygen at all, bro.
Right.
Yeah, watch what we do in the future. Just stay tuned and see what we do. Just see what we do.
Stay
We
tuned,
don't just talk about it. We can be about it.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Be about it. Stay tuned. Because we ain't even told about that loaded quill.
Nah, right? I don't know if many even know about that get down right there, the loaded quill.
They're going to hear about that loaded quill. They're going to hear about that friendship forever. They're going to hear about all that stuff, man. Because we're doing the production, the music, the whole 9 yards. You know?
Man, real scared.
Is an opportunity, another platform for them to speak on things that they want to speak on.
Right. Right.
For those that don't know about what a quill is, a quill is just what they used to use back in the day to write with.
Right.
A
feather.
A pen with a feather in it.
A feather.
With a feather. And sometimes it just represents communication and having a voice to speak about things. But the quill that we have, that we write with, it stays loaded. Because we know about 223s and 764s, 762s, and 552s.
556s and all that, yeah.
Our voice, yeah, 556 and all that. We need to raise our voice because that can be more loaded than any other object. Using your voice.
Right.
Use it.
Right.
And express your self-worth. And let me leave it with that, man. Shout out to the community.
There you go. All love.
Out, man.
I love you, bro. All right. All right, Joe's gone, people, man. Like I say, man, when we get individuals like that, man, I'm telling you, man, this is an opportunity for us to tap in with them, man, and hit them with the serious shit, man. Hit them with those real questions, those things you really want to know. That's substantive. You know what I mean? They got meat on, the bone, man. A lot of shit, we got to get to the point where a lot of shit we want to ask and talk about, we don't discuss on this platform. Let's just keep it 100. I don't miss no words about that. But for the most part, today was a good look, man. I appreciate, like I know Joe do, how everybody got in, man, and that shit you kept it respectful and love, man. You appreciated Joe even tapping in with us, man, like I do. I know I do. So again, man, thank you guys, man, for presenting yourselves, man, in such a way made Joe feel all right and comfortable with this get down, man. I think that's what's important. I'm looking through the get down right quick, man, and Foot 718. Now he made a comment, man, and I don't agree with it. But hey, to each his own. Rap News and Street Politics dropped a YouTube video on the Hoover shit was fire. All right, dudes say what they want. They interpret that how they see fit, man. But I'm gonna tell you like this, Foots. Most of the shit he talked about was shit that he what's the word for it? Plagiarized from my get out from under the groove. Okay, fine. But if you're gonna do that, man, do it right. How the shit, you got the shit right in front of you, you still had shit all wrong. You had it backwards. Rap News and Street Politics still got it backwards, man. All right. I'm like I said, man, it's not for me to harp on that because I said what I said initially about it. and I'm knowing he got his, supporters or whatnot. That's fine. When it come to Hoover shit, and I say this, man, if you're not from there, you don't know the history of that shit, you're gonna get it wrong every time. But to some, it might seem like it's fire. It was on point. He knew what he was talking about, and he didn't. He didn't. I can go from start to finish. He didn't. But that being said, man, what's done is done. We would just like for those to understand, that when we talk about Hoover, man, talk about it because you know about it, not because you heard about it, but because you know about it, because you from it. Because you from it. And see, we would hold those who are from it, and they might, just say, for instance, give out some misinformation, disinformation, then we're more inclined to deal with them about that, But when we have outsiders doing it, we don't know who these people are, We don't know who they are. We can go in the comments and say, man, you got it ass backwards and shit. They delete the comment so that his viewers or his subscribers won't see that comment saying, you got it ass backwards, bro. All right. So I'm just saying that to say that, for some of y'all, it was fire. But to us who know, who really know, it was all wrong, man. You got it wrong, in a lot of ways. But that said, man, I want to say something, man, about this thing, man, this internet thing. And what I do understand about it is that most of the brothers that's in it, they in it for fame. They in it for, it's clickbait type shit to them. They in it to get the clicks and likes, what I'm saying, hopefully get that check, that big hefty check, if such a thing actually exists. Fame is addictive, man. It just is. It's addictive, but it's addictive to one's own detriment. You know what I mean? It get a hold of you, get the best of you. Next thing you know, those who call themselves famous or want to be famous, you see them crashing out. On a whole lot of levels. Fame, man, make a mug change fast, bro. Make you change real quick. The brother you saw today get fame tomorrow, he ain't that same dude because of fame. What does that say? About an individual. I'm just saying, man. Fame dictates, man. It dictates who we are. You know what I mean? It's gonna tell you straight up, man. Fame is telling you, man, in order to keep this fame, this is how you gotta be. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Straight up. If you want to keep that fame, this is how you got to be. Not, you got this fame and you a conscious brother, or whatever the case may be, sister, you say, well, this is how I should be. I should always be me. Nah, man. Fame ain't allowing that. And people who control the strings attached to fame won't allow that. So just keep that in perspective, people. You see them change all the time. I've seen it. I ain't even got to say no names. I've seen individuals from a year ago to today. It's been this super bad transformation, from one a piece to one of like, man, get this bread, man, and get this bag, and get this check. It's out there. That's what fame do. It's out there. Fame is out there for those who are willing to just say, man, switch up who they are, man, in order to be, who they got to be to get this bread, man. And I think that's bad. Brothers aren't playing the game, man. They ain't playing the game. They're being played by the game. That's just real. Let's just, like I say, just check it out, man. Step back from yourself. Step back from, objectively, man, and just pay attention. Listen. Go back and look at shit, man. Go back a year from now, and look at the transformation. Just peep it out. Fame is a cold beast, man. It's a cold beast. And another thing about it, it always puts us in competition with one another. That's a fact. It puts us in competition with one another. Even those who are close to us, we find ourselves competing with them for fame. Something wrong with that, man. I think something's wrong with that, To say any less, man, is a lie. Fame makes us compete with each other, man, to the point where now we don't like this individual, this brother, because he got more fame than me, or he's jealous of my fame, or whatever the case may be. Fame is not what it's cracked up to be, man. That's just what it is, man. You know, the crazy thing is though, also when we talking about fame, um, in our respect, you know, us, we see what it does to us. But when you talk about fame and you're dealing with another segment of society, another demographic, you see something totally different. You see something totally different. They utilize fame to where it spills over, you know. They go and grab people and bring them up with them, you know, they share the fame, you know, they share the wealth. You know, they work together. You know what I mean? There's a big difference, man, as opposed to how we deal with not just fame, but ourselves and how others deal with fame and themselves. We've been taught this mindset, man, to be just messed up about a whole lot of shit, but especially to each other before anybody else. And like I say, don't try to get in the way of fame, somebody's fame. That's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem. You might be able to slap a dude's mama in the mouth and get away with it rather than try to step on his toes when it comes to his fame. That's gonna be a problem, man. Just saying. I'm just saying, man. You know, the reality though, like I said, though, if you really look at it, man, you really think about, you know, the things that are going on around us, man. The reality then proposes that there's a cancer, man, in our sectors, man. In our sectors. And I'm not even gonna use the word community, man, because you know, let's be real, man. The word community, man, it's like it has a different connotation that's absolutely different from what we're exhibiting as a people. We're not a community. We're not a community, man. That's just straight up, man. We are not a community. We move like a cancer, man. We move like a cancer against one another, you know, you know, and this cancer is taught that, you know, ain't no sense in working together, man. We don't work together. We can't work together. I got to kill you, man, before I work with you. You know, got to kill the other cells around me, man, so that this body can't function. Only I function. That's what cancer, man. That's what cancer does, man. You know, and we exhibit traits of a disease, man, called cancer. We just do, you know, and I think that's messed up, man. I think that's messed up. So, you know, I want to be mindful, you know, like the words and phrases I use, because I know, man, in a lot of ways, a lot of senses, it don't really it doesn't add up. It does not really point to what the situation really is. When I say, man, my community, my this, my that, when I'm talking about community, the reality is there's no community, man. There is no community. There's cancer. There's cancer. There's cancer. That's why we don't have a community. That's why there's no community. But there is no community, man, in the realest sense. You know, just in the realest sense, man. You as a result, there's no cultural wealth. There's no generational wealth, you know, and certainly there's no unity. That's a fact, you know, that's a fact. So, you know, say what you want, man, but, you know, like I say, man, you ain't got to take my word for it. Step back, man. Come objective. Look at the bigger picture, man. Step back, man, from the get down and just look, not just at yourself, but look at others, man. Look at they get down. You tell me, are they a part of a community, you know, or are they cancer? That shit ain't hard to call, man. It's not hard to call, you know. Um, Again, man, let me go back, man, backtrack, man. I appreciate Joe pulling up, man, and I hope you guys did as well, man. Um, I wouldn't mind, I wouldn't mind a few things. Certain brothers from inside, man, those stoops, man, them prisons, man, you know, calling man on the live, man, and giving their perspective, man, on what's going on, not just out here, because they're on the inside looking out, you know, but still they have a perspective, you know. I would like to hear it. But also share their perspective in terms of what's going on in there. You know, there's a lot to be discussed, man, and I think it needs to be discussed just to get to the point where we can start actually, man, um, having real dialogue and communication to the point where you know we can start killing off some of these cancer cells, and I don't mean that literally. All right. I don't mean that literally. Do not take me literal. Amen. But we have a cancer, man, in our society, in our sections, our sectors, man, that is doing us more damage than it is good. That's just a fact. All right. And again, for the most part, the only reason I can say what I'm saying, because I was cancerous at one time. I'm healed now. I'm well now. You know, yeah, I was a cancer. You know, hey, you know, but yeah, man. Hakeem will say we got to get Joe a cell phone, bro. Yeah, Joe ain't gonna do that, bro. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He got too much going on, man, and he not trying to jeopardize nothing, man. And you got to appreciate that, admire that, man. You have to, because I think a lot of brothers be like, "Oh, hey, fuck it, I'm going to do this because it's a cell phone. I can do whatever." I recall when I realized I was coming home. Well, in fact, let me backtrack. Before I went to board, um, I sold my cell phone to one of the homies from Long Beach Insane. With the understanding, a cheap price, good phone, cheap price, with on the condition that I may want to use it on the weekend, Saturday or Sunday, not both days. Just give me a day, man, boom, 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 give me an hour or two. That's all I needed. You know what I mean? But I knew once things have started to change and I realized, this shit could be real. I could be getting out of here. I chunked cell phone. I got rid of the cell phone. It wasn't in my cell, you know. So, some of us do those type of things, man, when we understand, man, that, there's about to be a paradigm shift. Something's going to change for the good, for the better. And so we need to be prepared. And that's what, that was me, making preparations, man, to be where I am right now. I think that had a lot to do with it. But no, we ain't gonna get Joe no phone, man. No. We ain't get Joe no phone, man. Yeah, recognize our worth. That was some 83716. Okay. Uh Neil said, man, we need that again, bub. That mandatory reading time. I think you should have that, man, not just in there on that yard, but out here on this yard. And I suggested that last week. I say, man, go for a lot of brothers, man, young and old, man, for the leader house, man, pick up a book, read something, man, constructive. I'm telling you, it would do a lot for you, man, once you walk out that door, because it's in here. It's in here, man. You're gonna take that with you throughout the day for the most part. Like I say, if it's positive, it's gonna be with you, man. You're gonna, with at a light or whatever, man. You're going to the store, whatever you thinking about, man. This positive shit. That's not to say you're gonna let nobody do nothing to you, but your mind ain't on no negativity. And I think you'd be more than willing to let a cat know, hey, man, I ain't with the bullshit, man. Not today. You know. But reading periods, I think, are something, man, that need to be, reincorporated, man. Just in, the normal everyday get down, man. You can't push that line on people though, but you can suggest it. And that's all I've been doing is suggesting something to, that's positive, suggesting to the people, hey man, let's go about it this way. Try this, try this, man. See how it turn out for you. See how it work out for you, man. Yeah, reading time, man, quiet period, and all that shit, I think it means a lot, goes a long way, man. Yeah. Money Tree Holland say, we got a lot of small brothers. We just got to get them to reach out and start teaching the youngsters they lost. Mm. Okay, they're lost. All right, got you. Not that they lost at something, but they're lost in the wilderness, man. They're in the wilderness lost. Got you. Again, that's what's needed. But again, it's easier said than done. Like I say, man, I used to be like this until recently, and I mean recently, last maybe 48 hours, 72 hours. I didn't look at a lot of YouTube shit when I know it's cancerous, and it's toxic. But someone suggested to me, yeah, man, be that as it may, it's still something you can get from it. You can still come to understand and learn the toxicity, the cancer. You know what I mean? So that you'll see it, you'll recognize it when it come before Okay, yeah, be that as may. So I watched some shit. I've been watching shit for the last 3 days. Shit I don't even normally mess with. And I see this brother getting out the county jail on the same shit. Cancer, man. Cancer. Cancer, man. And that I'm telling you, man, and people gonna, it's sad shit, bro. Sad shit, bro. I'm like this, man. At a certain age, if you ain't reached that status, man, a street fame or whatever the case may be, man, at a certain age, man, stop, man. Stop seeking it. Stop trying to find validation, man. At a certain age, man. Come on, man. Because I think at this point, man, if you got kids or whatever, the significant other, whatever, if you got bills to pay and a lot of that shit you want to really cut out, man, because it's gonna hamper you. It's gonna prevent you from taking care of your business. Trust. It's gonna get in the way. It's gonna get in the way. Before you know it, you right back up in there, or worse. In any regard, man, bad news gonna beat you home. And I'm telling you, man, for a lot of y'all don't even understand that phrase, man. That phrase is real. Bad news beat you home, man. Man. I was watching a little brother on YouTube today. He unlived another little brother. He's up in the precinct. They let his mama in there, in the little room where they got cats at, just recording him. Mama going there and said, "Boy, I told you, man, get your life together." And he grabbed his mom and just started crying like a baby after the fact. I could see if he wasn't told, if nobody, especially a mother, man, or a father, a brother or uncle that's serious about some shit, didn't say nothing. Yeah, ain't nobody told me, but he was told. And then they let her talk to him for like 3 minutes, just on some solid shit. Man, baby, I told you. Now you gone. Now you gone. Cry like a baby. And I had to give it to her. She was the strongest thing in the room. That was her baby. She knew he was done. She understood it better than him, but she kept her dignity about herself. She probably cried after the fact, probably cried before the fact. But in front of them cameras, she was like, "Hey, man, get together, man. Come on, because you got to face this. This is what's going to happen." I felt bad for the brother. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, damn, man. Damn, this is what it is, man. For a lot of young brothers, it ain't gonna hit them until it hit them. And you ain't gotta wait for that shit, man. You don't gotta wait for something to hit you sideways, man, for you to, come to the know, man, and come to the realization that, what I mean? Hey, man, wait a minute. Ain't no win in this. You're not gonna win. You're not gonna win, man. I think we talking about Tookie, man. The brother had said that they got Tookie in crawl stasis, man, that he didn't die in Area 51. And the brothers is going in there on that, man. Hey, I don't know, man. Hey, I don't know, man. Anything is possible, man, in this day and age. Anything is possible in this day and age. 8'718", yeah. You got a good point, man. And just so you know, I have spoken to the homies, man. The homies that rap and shit, you know what I'm saying? In my studio, I have a recording booth and whatnot. I took a little hit, man, a couple of months ago, man. So all that equipment has to be replaced. But yeah, they more than welcome to come on in, man, and do a live session, whatever it is, man. Bring your engineer, man, and man, play the music how you see fit, man. Like I say, man, my thing always keep respectful. Keep respectful, man. Let me hear some of your other shit. I didn't heard all that shit, but let me hear something that's on some conscious shit, man. Do you got that? I would love to hear it. But that said, man, they can probably come and record some shit that they record. Okay, cool. But they're more than welcome to come up in here, man. Threat, man. I talked to him, man. Jay Harless, he's more than welcome. Young Traffic, man, and a few others, man. They are more than welcome to come and get this thing, come in and get it done, man. Like I say, it's gonna take some time, not a lot of time, for me to get everything back the way I want it to be, and terms of, being able to record, man, on a level that's, okay with them. And like I said, this can be a place they can come get it in at, you can come get it in here, man. Hey, you ain't never lied, Frederick. Frederick Hadsby said, Kiara Coleman, Hoover Joe spoke on Tookie in his first interview. Go listen to it. Yeah, he did. Joe was my first interview, people. When I started Under the Groove, man, Joe was the very first interview I did, man. The first episode, and yeah, he put a lot out there. He spoke on, from the Bonzella boys to the Figueroa boys, man, Tookie, Raymond, he spoke on some everybody, man. So are you, go and check it out, man. It's still up and running. Go and check it out, man. Hey, King, I see you, man. Peace to the gods. He said they listen. I just talked to one young baby, and he down to speak on positive things. Like I say, though, bro, and you already know, better than most. Under the Groove is theirs, homie. It's just as much theirs as it is Joe's. You know what I mean? It's a platform for them, man. They go for all Hoovers. In fact, they don't just go for Hoovers. I done had all kind of brothers, come on, hey, man, to get out, So, this thing, man, it exists for a reason, man. It exists, man, to get brothers in here, man, and speak on something other than what we living through or going through on a daily. Something different, man. Bring it in, man. More than welcome. Bring it in, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, man, 830, 716, you ain't never lied. They'll sit down with Adam 12. And they damn sure need to pull up to the podcast. But, again, man, I look at it like this, man. If it's meant to be, it'll happen. You know what I mean? That's how I take it, man. That's how I take it, man. And, I've gotten at certain brothers I've been knowing for decades, for decades, man. And, it's, I'm like, okay, bro, still love, homie. I don't love you no less, I don't love you no less, man. But damn, support it, look, man, I support real ones, man. And if I'm not real yet, don't support me. If you don't think I'm with you, hey, don't support me. It's cool. I'm all right with that, But this get down, this platform, like I said, this Hoover platform, bro. For Hoovers, and others. Like I said, I ain't miss no words, man. It is what it is. Now, for those, like I said, that want to come, they more than welcome. For those that don't, hey, I still appreciate you, man. Still love you. You know? Okay, up top. Okay, Kimberly Mitchell off top, all love, girl. I see you. I see you. Oh, damn, that's a lot of people. How far in there? Man, Frederick, man, you all right, brother, man. Hey, man, I got to call Strawberry, man, because she didn't got on Joe. She didn't told Joe she on me. Man, I did some recordings with Strawberry. And it wasn't that Strawberry did not do a good interview. She did a great interview. It was me. It was me, man. And I'm telling you, I went over it, man. I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh, hell no. I'm not dropping that. I still had a shit. I still got it, man, to this day. I'm like, nah, man, I no. I don't know what my issue was that morning, because I think I interviewed her maybe around 10 in the morning, 9:30, 10 in the morning to about like 11 or 12, something like that, man. We got a lot of footage. Man, I went back and looked at it. I was like, oh, hell no, man. I can't do that. I can't do that. But She was all right with it because I did show it to her. She was okay with it, but I was not happy, man, with me. It's just I'm gonna go over it again. And I think I'm a humble brother, man. I'm a humble bro. I'm not even worried about, my image. I know me. I'm cool with me. So I might just drop it anyway. I'm gonna call. I'm gonna give her a call and see what she say. I'm gonna see what she say, man. But anyway, hey, has to be, man. I appreciate you, man. Like I always do, man. You're always in our thoughts, bro. Anytime you come up in here, man, you have a place here, bro. You have a place here, man. Come on in the comments and hang out with us, man, like you do. We appreciate you. Peace to the chat. What's happening, Boss Claus? Been a minute, man. H is on me. H is, hey, that time pulling up, man. Can't wait to see you, man. Yeah. Round table rules, man. That was Arlington Chief. He said round table rules. Yeah. Man, Boss Claus say, man, fame is overrated at times, for sure. For sure. For sure. I think it's, a lot of, fame is act too, man. It's a whole lot about that shit, man. I don't trust, but hey, it is what it is, and da. Um, Neil says education with application produces gratification. Yeah, man. Conscious mind, I see you, loved one. How you doing? I hope the family's well, bro. I hope everybody's all right, man, and recovering. You all right? You still in my thoughts, bro. Conscious mind said our people need a mental resurrection, as I spoke to you about the other day. Yeah, I agree. You said a mental resurrection. They need to be, resurrected, man, mentally, psychologically. Yeah, because I say, we're in the state of arrested development psychologically. And, a lot of it don't make sense. A lot of it's really some scary shit, man. You trip off our people, man, how they getting down. It's like, what the 83716 said my big homie put me on because he seen I had a cold get down. But moreover, he's seen that I'm intelligent and had the power and reach to turn the young homies to some knowledge, positivity, unity, and growth. All right, man. Kudos, bro. Real shit. Kudos. And that's what we need. And I don't think most young brothers, man, are just ignorant, man, stupid, dumb, don't know nothing. I don't think that. I think a lot of these young brothers, man, are intelligent. I really do, man. Like I said, man, these dudes probably do a whole lot of shit, man, that they just put their mind to and just do it, other than the shit they're doing, that hanging out shit or whatever. I think these brothers, a lot of them are tech savvy, man, to a point where they should be at Google. Oracle or Microsoft, or, any of these places where they need people who understand data, who know technology and how to, manipulate and work this shit, man, these systems. I think a lot of brothers, young brothers know that shit to that point, man. It's just that I think, again, we get caught up in this lifestyle, and this lifestyle, man, it's holding us back. It's holding us back, man. Arlington Chief said cameras are on every street corner and people are still trying to crash out over reconcilable type situations, man. That's the truth, man. Know that damn camera there, man. And yet you still want to be stupid. You want to be seen. You ain't going to get away. Yeah, that's the sad part, Money Tree Hollins. A lot of these cats, if they get caught up at an early age, they ain't gonna have a chance to live, bro. You know, and I, again, man. So I'm 60. I'll be 61 in August, man. and this ain't no spit, this ain't no lie, no bullshit, man. True story. I spent 2/3 of my life in jail, man. 2/3. All right. 2/3, man. Do the math. Probably more than that, but shit, I know for sure 2/3. You know, I've been home 9 years, man. I've never been on the streets. I have not been on the streets for 9 years since I was like 14. 9 years, man. So the time I reached 14, that was it. You know, these young brothers don't even know what's waiting for them, man. They get caught up, man. You know, it's gonna be about a life of incarceration if you live to be incarcerated. You know, not only that, but now you know, again, man, all this time, man. One thing I do recognize about all the time I spent in prison, in jails, man, is that I was always behind. You know what I mean? Because I was not in society learning, growing, you know, evolving, developing. I was always in jail, man. You know, okay, yeah, there are books, you know, you can read and shit like that, but you know, there's a lack of experience, you know what I mean? The shit that, you know, we need to evolve and grow. You know, certain experiences in life we should have, especially as young ones, man. And I don't mean the shit that can get us killed, the shit that you can die for, go to prison for the rest of your life for, but just living life on the daily, coming into contact with people different from you, you know what I mean? Picking up shit, man, that, you know, that skills or, you know, knowledge or whatever that you may be able to use whenever you decide to use it. Prison, me going to prison, I held myself back, man. And that's what's going to happen with a lot of these brothers, man, and sisters. You're going to be held back, man. And so when the time comes, if a time does come and they let you up out of there, man, guess what you're going to be on? Most of them, some of them, same shit you went in for, man. You know, for a lot of them, it don't change. But I know there's a lot of brothers in prison who should be here. And there are a lot of dudes out here who should be in there. You know, that's my take on it. It's my take on it. Yeah, man. Hey, Neil, I appreciate that, man. Neil said, great, inspiring insight once again, Bubble. Hey, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, like I always do, man. I appreciate you coming in, man, like that. And your questions for Joe was good. You know, we appreciate that from you, bro. All right, y'all. Look, man, I brought y'all Joe tonight, man. Um, Here's a suggestion. Give me a head, man, an old head that you guys would like to see. Let's see if we can't make that happen. Let's see if I can get him in there live. And if not, I'll get him on the phone. All right. But put that in the comments, man. And let's see if we can't make that happen on the next Get Down, man. Next Get Down will be Thursday. You know, again, Thursdays and Sundays. But I think this was a good look, man. We had Mad Hoove last week. We had Joe this week. Let's see who we can bring in, man. You know, speak truth to power, man, on some real Get Down. Somebody said, CJ said Big Twin from Salo. It's the homeboy. That's family right there. Yeah, that's family. Gangster T. Boss Claus said Gangster T. All right. Rick Ross. Somebody said Rick Ross, man. Hold on, let me go back. Money Tree Holland said, how to get us to put the value of another man's life to the value of our or the people we love. We all relate in some way. Let me read it one more time, Money Tree Hollins. How to get us to put the value of another man's life to the value of our own, I guess you're saying, or the people we love. We are all related in some way. Real shit. How do we get to that point? Again, like I say, Ben, let's start it off with dialogue. Let's see if we can start communicating, man. And once we get to that point, I think once we get to the point where we're communicating openly, you know, we out our feelings, man. Maybe some, you know, some aspect of feelings would apply. I don't know. But let's see if we can have these dialogues as communication. And from that, man, let's see if we can get some resolution, man, you know, some solutions to these issues, man. Let's see if we can make that happen. That would be good. Mm. Whoa. Hey, Hakeem Hulu said it would be interesting to hear from a young homie that's on meth. I wouldn't even know how to. Man, I've been here watching that cat, man. Man on my shit. I don't know. How would I go about even having that conversation? Could I even have him sit still for 10, 15 minutes? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. G Rock said Big Ant from Nine Deuce would be a good interview. Okay. It would be interesting to hear from a young homie on meth. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, man. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. No. You know. That would be something else, man. So these suggestions, man, I'm gonna make some calls, man, and I'm gonna see, man. I'm gonna see what Gangsta T say. Big Twin, man. See if I can contact. I got somebody with a line on Rick, man. See what he say. Big Ant for Nine Deuce. We can see. Let's see if we can do that, man. You know, I already know Voodoo, man. Matter of fact, I know for a fact I got Voodoo. You know, He's, yeah, I get Voodoo. Hey, Boss Klaus, you funny, man. Yeah, real shit though. Little dude been here trying to take everything they ain't nailed to the floor, man. I come back, shit been broken in again. Yeah, nah. Yeah, no. But yeah, hey, Voodoo, man, I'm gonna give bro a call tonight, man. You know, give bro a call tonight, man. Him and little FR, man, see what they talking about. You know. Yeah. All right, Desk. Deesky, tapping in from Fort Worth, Texas. Real HGC down here. All right, I hear you, homie. We love that and we respect you for it, bro. Okay, then I did say that though, conscious mind, that I'm letting the people know that yeah, game banging is a death style. It's not a lifestyle. That's a fact. I've said it. You're saying it. Most of us know it. Nothing good comes from it, bro. Yeah, Boss Claus, you crazy. He's like, yeah, bro. And I'm glad you didn't suggest that, man. Who suggested I bring the meth head in there? Was that Hakeem, man? I mean, who the fuck was that? 'Cause that's some crazy shit. That'd be a problem, homie. I wouldn't be comfortable up in the mug. I ain't gonna lie. I would not be comfortable, man, with a meth head. He could be a homie, but still, that motherfucker's unpredictable. That'd be a problem. Oh shit. 830-716 said Damian Porter, man. China man, huh? We'll see. Let's see this about what about Tiny Frog 74? Doral Jones, man. Appreciate you checking in from Mississippi, bro. Appreciate it. We had Hoover Joe on tonight, man. I hate you missed it, man, but we'll drop that again tonight, man. That whole interview. Yeah, hey, Arlington Chief, like I said, man, for real, the home queens are coming on the show. That's already etched in stone, man. From the foe and the tray, I'm hoping to pull up on some non-deuce home girls, five deuce home girls. Get a different perspective in terms of what it was for them, how they grew up. All right, and keeping it G, you know, and keeping it G. Yeah, man. All right, G Rock, I'm gonna do that, bro. I'm gonna keep it positive. I'm gonna try to keep this content coming, man. Like I said, man, my objective, man, is create a different, not just legacy for me, man, for real, man, but just yeah, legacy for sure. But I want to create, an atmosphere, man, where brothers, all right, man, will come in and just chopping it up, man. You know, chopping it up, man. Like I say, with some dialogue that's respectful, man. Ain't no telling what we can get from it. I'm pretty sure if it's done right, man, and brothers is coming in with respect, man, a lot can be accomplished, man. Brothers, might come in enemies, man, might come in hate somebody, you will leave as friends, man, with a little more love. You know what I mean? That's the objective. All right, man. Hey, look, it's y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. All right, y'all. I gotta cut this short, man, because my warden then already let me know it's time to go. I love you guys, man. I love you guys, man. Uh, hold on. C-Shan, okay. What about the other brothers from other tribes like Denver Land, Back Peace Stones, et cetera, et cetera? I get what you're saying, bro. But again, that's something, these brothers have to make those decisions and those choices. You know what I mean? Um, like I said, we'll be up and running on a new podcast, and it won't be under this banner right here. It'll be under a whole new get down I got, man, that's mine and everything. And you're gonna make brothers a little more comfortable, not just comfortable, but feel like, okay, yeah, I can do that, man, and not feel like or not think a certain way or be receiving any backlash as a result of being up under this umbrella, this banner, as opposed to the new one I got. So yeah, that's always in the cards. And like I said, I know Damus and Bloods, man. Like I said, my family, man. I got people, we family. We family, man. So that's something, man, that's definitely in the making. All right. All right. On that note, man, I'm gonna cut it short, man. Hey, man, peace and love, man. Like first and foremost, love yourself. Love yourself. You can't love yourself, man. You ain't gonna be able to love me or nobody close to you, man, or around you, man. It's just a sham. It's all a front. Love yourself, man. Take care of one another, man, and understand and know that power is in the people. We're gonna keep this thing going, man. One love and peace to the gods. All right. You have been, you are, and you will be under the groove. Take care of one another, people. All love. H's.